What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I kind of lied yesterday, I feel like. I said there was 2 problems left with the car and we did solve both of those issues. They're both electrical issues, but there's one more thing that's kind of causing us to not be able to rip the car like it should be ripped. It sprays oil out of the valve cover. Let me show you guys why. It's a little janky. And I know I really need some hood struts on this thing. I ordered some, they're on the way. So pretty soon here, we won't have to use a broom. All right, here is the problem. And I guess it could be some advice as well. So many of these holes on this valve cover we're not using and they are broken out on the bottom side. So the advice, I guess, would be to not put way too long of a bolt in there. So that one was leaking, that one was leaking. I know those 2 for a fact were leaking, but it's still spraying oil out of somewhere. So what happens when you put too long of a bolt in there, there's a little plug or a cap on the bottom side. It'll break that all the way through. And then if you don't have a bolt in there, it starts leaking and spraying oil, as you can see. It's not very cool on a brand new engine bay. So today we are going to remove the valve cover and fix all those problems. We're gonna have to repowder coat it as well. And in this little guy right here going to our catch can, I'm gonna have that welded on to the valve cover. Thankfully, this is Evo 6 valve cover, so it's aluminum, we can weld it. If it was an Evo 8 or Evo 9 cover, we wouldn't be able to strip the powder coat off with our powder coat stripper because they're magnesium. It would actually dissolve the magnesium in the stripper, and we also cannot get it welded. But thankfully, it's an Evo 6, so we should be good. Let's get it removed and get this thing fixed up. So there's a good example of what's going on. You see how it's supposed to look like that, but it looks like that. Snapped off, leaks a lot of oil. And this is a good opportunity to kind of fix this valve cover anyway, because the powder coat's chipping on it. When this valve cover went from red to yellow, which we did here, I did not have the powder coat stripper. And to be honest, I didn't even know that it was aluminum instead of magnesium. So that's why we just powder coated over the red. But now it is a good opportunity to do it right. We need to pull off these baffles because there will be gunk stuck under there. So we're going to have to chisel all of these rivets off, and then we're going to drill and tap the valve cover. So there's a lot of work to be done. And I know it's not going to look any different or look any cooler, but it's going to allow us to not have oil sprayed all over our engine bay. Let's grab a good old SK tool chisel. That guy should do the trick and get those things busted off there. Okay, we got the baffles out. We bent them up a little bit, but they're thin, flimsy. We can bend them back when we go to install them. I'm not sure if you could run a valve cover without the baffles. I don't think it'd be a good idea. They probably put them there for a reason. Let's run through, get this guy all cleaned up, and then we can dunker in the powder coat stripper tank and get all of his powder off. It looks like there's a total of 3 holes that were busted through. That one there's pretty bad. That one there is really bad. So that explains all of the issues we were having. And I know we could have just put bolts in there, but when you spend hundreds of hours trying to make an engine bay perfect, the last thing you want to do is just plug a broken hole out with a bolt. It's very ghetto. "20 minutes later, we now have a valve cover that is not powder coated. That was such a good investment. I love that stuff. I remember one time trying to strip an Evo 8 valve cover, and being that you cannot use that powder coat stripper, I was using like some other paint stripper, and I literally spent like 20 hours stripping the valve cover for the Black 8 back in the day. So every single one of these rivets that we busted off for the baffles, we need to drill and tap it for a little bolt. I think people use like an M3 or M4, and I did this in the past too. I can't remember what I used, but that's what we need to do, and that is going to take a while. All right, we got everything tapped out. What we had to do first was go through with a chisel after we got the baffles out of there and kind of chisel those rivets flat, and then use the punch a hole in the center, or punched a little divot in the center, drilled out the hole with a, what is this guy? It is a 5/32 drill bit, and then we tapped it out with a 10/24 tap. So I'll have all of that linked down below to where you can buy all that stuff if you need to do this on your own valve cover. I'm gonna run in right now, pick up some hardware, and at the same time bring this guy down get those 3 holes welded up so they don't leak anymore on the bottom side, just so they look nice and clean from the top. I'm also gonna have this bung for our catch can welded on. It was supposed to be like a press and fit, but it's not very good. It's not a very tight fit, and I'm guessing it's because this is a 6 cover versus an 8 or 9 cover. 8 or 9 would probably press right in. We got some hardware. We got the valve cover welded up, weld there, weld up in there, and then that fitting, 10AN fitting welded on as well. We can move on to sandblasting and powder coating. I have decided that at the same time, I'm gonna redo that one caliper. When we were doing the whole engine bay, painting all that, building the motor, rebuilding the trans and the transfer, one of the calipers sat in brake fluid for like 3 months and it completely destroyed the powder coat on it. The powder's still on there, but it's not good looking. It's this caliper here, it's the same color. Might as well do it at the same time. Let's get this thing up in the air, get the wheel off, get the caliper off, get that caliper torn apart, get it stripped down, and then we can powder coat the caliper and the valve cover at the same time. Adds a little bit of work, but the thing has been bugging me. And I think I already have a decal here as well, so we should be good. It's really tough trying to keep this thing like perfect. We put so much time into it already that I don't want it to like let it go to waste. So all these little things I'm trying to fix, we don't need to do it, but I want to do it because I want this thing to stay as good condition as possible. So as the caliper is in the powder coat stripper, let's go ahead and get this thing completely prepped out for some powder coat. And I do think this time around, I'm gonna shave the DOHC 16 valve off of it. I think that looked pretty good. So this right here is the main reason we gotta pull out the baffles. Anytime you're gonna sandblast the valve cover, there's so much sand that gets stuck underneath those baffles that you cannot get out. Would highly recommend pulling the baffles, drilling, tapping like we just did, and you won't have to worry about taking out your new motor. So here is the final finished product of the valve cover. I think this thing looks super, super nice. Obviously it looks way better than it did before because it's now all yellow and we don't have red chips in it. I do think shaving that added a pretty nice touch to it as well. All right, we gotta go ahead and get this thing back together. I'm gonna clean up the baffles. We got our hardware here and all of these bolts or the screws that are gonna go into the threads that we made, those are all gonna be Loctited in because the last thing that you want is a screw backing out and going into your engine. Shaving that off was definitely the right move. That looks so freaking good now. I love it. Excited to get that issue out of the way. I did just pull out the caliper. Looks like the caliper turned out pretty good as well. Oh yeah, she is beautiful. We gotta wait for that thing to cool down, so we'll probably have to get that back on the car tomorrow. I know today was kind of a random video. Nothing really exciting going on, unfortunately. I feel like that's how a lot of the videos have been since I got back from Hawaii. And I apologize for that, but I feel like I can't move on to a new project until the stuff that we have been working on in the past before we left is 100% done. And I feel like the Evo 8's pretty much there. We do have the flex fuel kit coming in soon with the new fuel system, so that'll be exciting. And then of course the FRS turbo build coming up, Bobby's motor build coming up, new cars. There's a lot of new exciting stuff coming up, but I mentally cannot move on to all that stuff until this car is really, really close to being just 100% done. So like I said, I apologize if the content hasn't been like insanely exciting recently. It's just the way my brain works. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out, my friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow.